Welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. Here are your hosts, Jeffrey Tobias Halter and Amanda Hammett.
This is Wind Down Wednesday, a contemporary midweek discussion on current workplace and marketplace issues with a focus on diversity, inclusion, intersectionality, and equity. And as always, enjoyed with your favorite wind down beverage of choice. I'm Jeffrey Tobias Halter, and this is my friend and colleague, Amanda Hammett.
Hi, and welcome back to Wind Down Wednesday. It is 2022, y'all, and I am here with my bestest co-host ever, Jeffrey Tobias Halter. Jeffrey, welcome to 2022.
Amanda, wow, can you believe it? This is our first episode of 2022.
Yes.
And, even though it's a Wednesday and we're a couple of days past New Year's, I managed to find a leftover bottle of champagne. So I think it's only appropriate that we pop the cork on 2022. So yes. I am going to enjoy this in my house.
Well,
and what are you drinking today?
I'm actually drinking a little Prosecco and pomegranate juice. Cheers to you in 2022.
Cheers to you. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
There's nothing better than bubbles on a Wednesday afternoon.
That is absolutely the truth. Good stuff. Good stuff. So what are we talking about today, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a look ahead at what's coming. It's 2022. What does the year look like?
Mm-hmm.
And so I picked up two ideas that I think are going to really be paramount, both for employees and employers. And one is the concept of performative DEI. And that's these big commitments that companies made, quite frankly, a number of years ago around Black Lives Matter and leaning into advancing women and underrepresented groups.
Agreed.
Well, you know what? It's been 2 years and we're seeing a lack of progress. I think there's going to be a call for accountability and transparency. And companies are going to be held, their feet are going to be held to the fire around what have you done?
Absolutely.
And then I think the other big one, and we've talked about this a little bit in 2021, McKinsey said allyship, 14% of companies are doing allyship training, which is woefully low. Well, come to find out, allyship was the #1 word by dictionary.com last year. And so it's setting this stage that allyship is going to be a really big deal in 2022, and companies need to figure this out. Those are going to be two topics that we're going to be exploring throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
What about you? What's on your mind?
So what I'm looking forward in 2022, I am seeing no end to this labor shortage. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Every year, once year-end bonuses are paid out, we always see an uptick in voluntary terminations. I think this year we will see an even greater uptick in those because of the things that you just mentioned, the performative DEI, the lack of allyship, all of those things pulling together, plus how were people treated coming through 2020, 2021. I think that's going to be a major, major issue. But my concern is that companies are so focused on recruiting new people, filling all these 11 million open job openings, but they're not thinking about the employees that they have today or the ones that they're going to bring in. So retention needs to be a focus, and company leadership needs to be thinking about that. But let's break this down. Millennials, officially more than 50% of the workforce in the US. Gen Z, right behind them, massive generation. They're quickly flooding the workforce. The cultures that attracted baby boomers, Gen Xers, they will be outright rejected by a millennial and a Gen Z. So companies need to start taking a long, hard look at what are they offering benefit-wise?
Yeah.
Are they actually asking the questions about what these employees want to get them to stay? And they need to be ready to listen to those answers.
Yeah.
The other thing, and we say this all the time, Jeffrey, how diverse is your leadership?
Oh, absolutely.
Employees, future employees, potential employees, current employees, they're watching. They're watching. So how diverse is that leadership slate? What are you doing to bring up the people of color, women of color, through the leadership ranks so that your employee base looks like your leadership base.
Yeah. Well, 2022 is certainly going to give us a lot of topics to talk about. For all our listeners, we're going to be exploring all of these over the years. We're going to have some amazing guest stars and authors. And so on behalf of Amanda, raise your glass. And Jeffrey, we just want to say welcome to Wind Down Wednesdays 2022. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks again for joining us for Wind Down Wednesdays, a contemporary midweek discussion on current workplace and marketplace issues with a focus on diversity, inclusion, intersectionality, and equality. I'm Amanda Hammett, and on behalf of myself and Jeffrey Tobias Halter, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us for Wind Down Wednesday. If you like this episode, please subscribe to receive more episodes straight to your inbox.